Call. Order for 16. Order of Commissioners meeting. Full call.
Commissioner Hughes.
Here.
Commissioner Livermore. Commissioner Nettleton.
Here.
Commissioner Rondo. Receiver.
Here. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Any public comment? Are you public or are you employees today? There's no public comment. Everybody fine with the agenda?
We'll approve the agenda as printed. Also.
All in favor?
Aye.
Because we got that magistrate on.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Hughes.
Yes.
Commissioner Nettleton.
Yes.
Commissioner Siebert.
Yes. Minutes.
Oh, you want a roll call on the consent agenda. We were just approving the agenda.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like,
Well,
"Oh, roll call on the agenda."
I thought we had a consent on the agenda and then.
Yeah, you're right.
Consent agenda, we did
It was a practice run for this.
Oh, okay, well, we'll go that way then. Roll call on the consent agenda.
Yeah, that might need it up. That's why.
Move to approve the consent agenda as printed.
That's right. Google says.
Roll call.
Commissioner Hughes.
Yes.
Commissioner Nettleton.
Yes.
Commissioner Siebert. Yes. Sorry.
With the agenda, like.
I thought he just spoke up early saying we need one. on
Yeah, that's, I just.
consent agenda. Minutes, everybody have a chance to look at it, pros? And there was a couple changes already made. We have a motion on that,
So. Second,
all in favor,
aye.
opposed, no, passed. Number 8, selling of the hovercraft set a minimum bid to authorize. Anybody got any input on that?
Just basically what I shared, I really don't know what kind of price to put on this hovercraft. I know what we purchased it for, I know how long we've had it for 15, going on 16 years. They range anywhere, the size of ours from 10,000 up to 40,000, they really do. So I don't know where the $15,000 came up. I'm certainly open to whatever the board agrees on to start a minimum bid. I don't know. Was this a number that was talked about? So,
I'm okay with that, 15,000.
Yeah, I've looked online to different ones, we can't find anything really like that,
no.
or for sale, or really that's been sold. So,
They're becoming more and more obsolete. They really are. They're
Yeah.
going to the airboats. And we found out how difficult it is at times to find parts, bags, straps, stuff like that. I mean, you can still get them. We do have extra to go with it if it does sell, but
I would move that we set the sale price for the current hovercraft at a minimum of $15,000. I'll support.
do you need a roll call on that one? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nothing. Sounds good. Number 9, fortunately,
But we don't have a choice.
I know, unfortunately, Kelly has put her letter in. Resign after a little over 3 years of service. The Alger County Board, I know the first time she put one in, we declined it.
Got her to rescind it.
Yeah, we got her to stay for another year almost, so. But she said this time this is it, and the whole way. Thank for her service.
Yep. I would move with regret to accept the resignation letter effective the end of the meeting on March 9th. I'll support that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none. Done. Now, notice vacancy to the Board of Commissioners, District 4. Where do we put that out on the beacon
On the website.
and the website?
You're okay to stick with the February 27th date? Get them in before the next committee like that then?
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it was 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Look at it, committee of the whole, last meeting she's here, and we can vote on the regular board meeting, and then we're not without very long.
Yep. Sounds clear, boys.
She did give us enough time to, so move.
RC, or notice.
Yep,
We have
for the 7th.
7. And
Support.
support. All in favor?
Aye.
I guess I can support the sheet, then I. Make, I don't, right. Okay, discuss the prosecuting attorney's letter and renovations are key details. That would be you, Robbie.
Okay, thank you for the invitation. We submitted a letter to the board, kind of laying out our position as it relates to the build out of the front of the court office. The one change that we wanted to make is the door that we're suggesting between the office labeled on the drawings we submitted last week, between Corey and Rob, that we don't need a door there. So really what we're asking for is 3 doors to 3.5 walls, I guess. And that would give us more functionality than what we have right now. And right now we are lacking functionality. I kind of outlaid in my letter as it relates to the meeting room with victims that's statutorily required. Now the statute says that the court is supposed to provide that for the prosecutors, but you don't find anywhere where that's actually what
If
happens.
available.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Was the
want.
last line, and
Right. Well, and my position on that is I don't want to be in any smaller position than our neighbors. Our neighbors have all this stuff. Why don't we? And I know that that's, that can be a wishful thinking at times, but this isn't a huge ask. We bring in revenue every year that we designate directly to the county. Not a lot, 20 to 30,000, and that money, other counties like Schoolcraft, for example, that goes straight back into the PA's office. We don't do that. We don't ask for that. But that gives them money for things like this. And not that they've ever done anything with it. Marquette's office, they obviously have tremendous more resources, but they have a designated meeting room for victims. And I just think that would set us in a position where this can be a forever thing for whoever is working there in such a good way. And you come down to obviously we didn't ask for this. I don't think anybody asked for this particular thing, but we've occupied the space that we're currently in for how long?
I've been there 24 years.
So for over 24 years we've occupied this space, and we've made it work with some creativity and different things. We're going to be losing some things that we currently have. The kitchenette thing we're gonna lose.
So you're right across the hallway from.
Right.
Their kitchenette.
That's an easy, and we're not complaining about that by any means, but it is something. But the biggest thing I'm concerned about is a meeting space with victims that's separate from the remainder of the office, where we can house people separate from law enforcement. That's not only for their comfort and statutory requirements, that's also for our staff safety and the safety of others that are in the vicinity. This utilization of the space, we believe, is the most conducive to prosecutor function. And our department, we don't want to lose any functionality that we have now. We think this is an ample opportunity to gain a little functionality, and that being when we're having a meeting with victims in a comfortable area, we're not putting a sign on the door that says, hey, don't come in here public because we're meeting with victims. This gives us that space that's completely separate. And, we're over on the remove this, where it says remove this wall by Corey there, that the office that's there is smaller than any of the offices that we currently utilize inside of our current suite. It's really not, in my mind, big enough to meet with others inside of it, which is kind of a functionality I'd like to have for the crime victim advocate. You can see over in conference room, victim meeting room, let's say you got, let me think of a good example. Let's say you have a person who's broken into a string of businesses across our community, right? Well, those business owners are gonna be in that room, and we wanna meet with them one at a time individually. So we could treat it kind of like a doctor's office, where you say, okay, come right this way, come over to where it says Corey, into that room, and she can go over the victim rights thing. And then while simultaneously I'm working on the factual situation with law enforcement, or a personnel issue, or any kind of administrative issue. And that's enumerated in one of the 250 statutory duties of the prosecutor. So, and looking at what the other departments are the build outs there, I understand that we're asking for more doors than others. But given the size of the space, it's really easy to say, well, you get more space, be happy. Well, you can put us in a field, we get a lot more space. But again, the functionality would be decreased. So I'm asking that the board entertain an RFP for the needs of the prosecuting attorney's office.
I don't know what you, but I would think that, just like last week, our best option is to find out from the contractor what it'll cost us before we can really make a decision on
Yeah.
which layout we can.
Don't know, what's this room gonna be used for?
That's the entry. Let's just walk in there.
We're calling that the vegetable. The vegetable
Right, yeah.
is actually quite small.
I know, but there's nothing there right now, what's that room gonna be for?
And you're looking at the entrance, it's
Oh,
not.
it says window.
Where did it say? It's not big enough to put a chair in there even. If you walk into the front of the court office.
Right, what is it?
Oh.
There's.
It's
a wall
the
there and a wall
vestibule,
there.
it's just a vestibule that separates the office from literally a security window was put up there.
No, next to
What
it.
I got.
This is the current layout.
What's this here?
This should. Yeah.
Then that's there right now.
Yeah.
Yep, it's just
What's
this
this?
little, and we don't know, this should be more like this, where the door is here.
Cross there.
I know, but then what's this room for?
That, we don't wanna. So we would actually, this is just not to scale, and that's our issue. Let me write it. Here, actually take this one. This
I
should
just
be
thought they
the
wanted an
door.
extra closet.
This is, cause if you go into that office, this whole area is very small. It's like the size of
There's one
this
door
table.
over there.
And it's
There's
just
a window and a door, isn't there?
Yeah.
Window.
Yep.
And the door on the left.
Mhm.
This room.
Right.
That's this whole room, this door, this wall is not there right now.
No.
No,
Okay.
but we're not asking to put it, there is a wall on, if you go into that office to the right, there's a wall.
This is a.
And we're asking to put a door in that wall to go into this conference area. I just don't have it to scale because
Why can't we let it in and have full access door on there?
Defense attorney's office.
that is and if Kathleen's desk is right here. Not ideal, but I think a compromise, and maybe put this door right here. Not ideal because we're having people, requiring people to come in to the office. That maybe we don't want in the office.
Well, that's
This way we can have a completely separated off situation. Yeah,
See, that was a whole safety thing there, but that safety window and door in there, now put a door here.
well, presumably 2 doors is as safe as one.
Well, that's just, that's gonna be a locked door, you have to let him in from, you have to either go outside there and unlock it, or else you got to come, you're gonna be coming in through.
And that's, I'm not being jerk, but that's, we have numbers to go with it. Ideas,
Very full either.
obviously, this is.
Well,
more
and
than the last one.
I understand what you're saying.
The name.
The goal there was being to keep those people, not when I say those people are not bad people, but just
No,
out
I
of the
don't,
office.
I don't want. to-
While being able to meet with them separately.
Has to be by.
Now, we could have, for example. Well, we could move a door, that'd be more expensive, like moving a door from here to here.
Yeah, that door, that window and doors, dang, that's an expensive
Right.
hit.
Yes, I do.
So but I understand what you're saying, yeah.
I mean, right now, Kathleen's here and she gotta go over here and let her, either going out of here,
Yeah, not the
out of the table,
Uh-huh.
and let them open this door to let it in, or
all the way around here, something all the way to there.
I agree, that does seem like a flow. Now, maybe potentially putting this door right here,
Cause this,
could alleviate that, I mean, we just stuck a door in there, so that.
once I said.
Just
that door,
taking that-
door,
that-
yeah,
alright.
Door, just, you know, you let them.
All right, taking
They
that other
come in to
one.
go right into their, there's
Not having.
nothing.
Yeah, that doesn't have that.
Right,
Okay, now that makes more sense.
now what if we, I mean, got rid of this door and
Because
just
wait,
used
go
that
ahead.
door?
Well, then she, every time.
Right.
Both sides. Into the
Right,
right,
yeah.
If you want somebody to go both sides.
Yeah,
Here, area, this is actually, you're letting them see the here zone.
yeah,
That's
No.
the whole reason with that.
yeah.
Cause you still have to.
And then we don't have
you still
the same
to-
constraints in
Red
front of
one,
the door,
yeah,
where this
that's
is purely,
Shorter.
like, we don't have the plow signature, I mean, that's a huge concern.
Where about there is it?
If, you know, to get rid
This
of,
right here, you got sheriff's security in your files.
I agree.
I mean,
if, you know, that would reduce costs, have one door in this building, this room, right here.
Right, also still here, right off.
And that, if that's,
Lily, right?
if that's the compromise that the board would seek and is willing to go along with that,
Like, what's-
we would have to make it.
none of this is possible.
You know, if it was in my budget, I would have added it to our budget.
In our budgets to do this in here, and it just, you know, we got, it's gonna be a slow progress to do this and they're really fully.
I do appreciate it. I think that it's worthy to send it out on bids.
Lily's in there.
I can find out.
If the board, if you want to suggest to the board that they do the one door into your victim advocate room, that seems not unreasonable to me.
Why a door with having?
I cross, yeah, I cross that one out.
Oh, this door too?
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta have two stuff.
Thank you.
I'm good.
Right.
I hear, work on there and.
Take that one.
You can't do this. Get it our.
So now we're talking
This is what we went with
one
that.
door, two doors, two doors, two doors and,
Because there's an existing wall.
Or that little entry.
Right there. It's just a wall that's there.
Yeah.
so with the expert eye of our chairman, we're able to ensure adequate feng shui in the space and security, I think.
I didn't realize this wall was coming down.
It's not there.
Oh, that's just a missed draw.
It's a
Yeah,
misdraw.
It used to be
right, used to,
smaller when we were in there.
Yeah.
There's a way, but.
that's what I said, now they're looking at not putting a door here, that's gone.
Okay.
This one's gone. Put one right here,
There.
because if they let him in, you know, she's gotta, if there wasn't a door here. And to let him there, she's going out of the safety of the office to go all the way, just go all the way around here. Right, this, yeah, but then over here, not that door, get rid of that door also. So we're getting rid of the three, just adding one door.
Well, and then the door to the prosecutor's office.
Well, yeah, okay,
But I do think that that is a, given the needs that we described, I think that's a fair compromise,
So.
commissioners, and
no, here's another thing, is 7 foot, you know, if the defense attorney, they're right next to them. I see that one, you're putting that wall at 7 foot, is that big enough for them? Have a 7 foot hallway, you know, right through here? You got a 7 foot wide,
You're sticking with doing that 17-footer?
well, that's, I'm wondering here, what's the, that doesn't really give them much either. What use is that room being 7 foot wide by, how long it is?
17.
17, yeah, 7 by 17 doesn't do them, doesn't give anybody any good.
I don't think it's meant to be a permanent office. I think it's supposed to be for transient people, like transient attorneys that come in and just need to print something or somebody, so. Cause I mean, the public defender's contract only accounts for 2 employees. And then they have the roster attorneys, so that was my understanding of the
Got it.
space.
So you throw a couple of desks facing the wall in there. Or in the corner.
And she talked about that at all? Does anybody bring,
The Lily?
yeah.
Well, here's 7 feet, like. Right? Exactly.
Yeah, there it is.
Well. Yeah. Here's 6.5.
I don't know, I'm just making sure everybody's, you know, we're giving, taking out of one,
Oh, no, I,
The other.
yeah.
and it's, you know, in the future. A 7 foot hallway is. It's not a hallway, but that's what it looks like to me. It's 7 foot wide, but
I don't know what ours upstairs.
actually it's
I
17.
feel like mine is much wider than 7 feet from the hallway to the back wall.
Definitely a usable office. It's not a great office, but it's usable for transit, I think. It reminds me of our intern office upstairs in our suite. The intern.
I got one at work that's only like 5.5 feet, maybe 6 tops.
Years.
Yeah, that back one is not. It's only about 6, I don't even know if it's 6 feet wide.
I mean, you can put a 4 foot desk in there and have 3 foot on each side to get around it, also. And,
Upstairs, no, yeah, behind the big office, there's another little office back there. It might be 6 feet from wall to wall. Yeah, and you've got a reversed version, right?
I mean, we can only go over so far until you hit that door for the vault.
Right, that's why they put the wall there.
I mean, you could do
You need
this,
enough room to open the door.
this, and, you know, like that, and split it a little bit, you know, you can go. You know, give it like. You know, that's. I don't know. I mean, Lily's not here to give her or Brian.
Don't we have a version 2 where it's flipped? Prosecutor and defense?
That's what we're looking at here. We put this wall down here. No, this is no longer 7 foot. That's right. This big. Just put this wall.
Yeah.
Allow this area.
Probably on that side.
Has he looked at that?
We did create a separate drawing for that scenario. And,
I don't mind getting 2 bits, but I don't want to do 4.
right, and we kind of determined that
At least that's my.
the build out would be about the same. In that regard,
Does that one right now have an entry with security door or security window in it?
No.
so that's going to need that, but the MIDC budget.
Yeah, if that's an expense, that's a big expense.
Right.
So I'm thinking, I like to lean more.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Right.
asking, that's,
And on that note, wherever the new security walls or upgrades in security go, I think that every employee in this building is worth the same amount as the next. So I don't think we should be protecting some employees at the expense of others. Meaning if somebody gets
we're
a,
just talking about where we get the money to do it.
I understand, like if somebody's getting, souped up security, we should all get souped up security.
Yep, that's why when we had the issue in the front of the court office, and I got right on the whole, panic button thing sorted out quickly because what was there wasn't working, so, yeah, no, we want our employees to be safe, so.
Is there any way that you can utilize that? You know, we have our kitchen up there and then we have that little boardroom.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we, that's the challenge there becomes the, so let's say we use that as a victim, like a victim staging area or something, we're gonna have victims in the part of the building, I don't think we want them. So. Setting that room up to be kind of a comfort area that has access to the prosecutor. We, in full disclosure, we use that room now.
On purpose or by accident.
We use that room now occasionally for prep. We use this room for prep. The jury room, wherever we can get, which is, one of the things we're very excited about, to have a centralized storage and, war room basically. Because right now we're kind of all over the place for that. And separating out our law enforcement witnesses is going to be crucial for Kathleen's productivity. So it's now 2 doors and 4 walls. And demo 1 wall. And figure out where the test is.
What? That wall over there, so. I mean, yeah,
Just so we had like.
you'd be a 4 foot depth in there and have 3 foot on the side to get out.
And right, leave a path on one side.
Right. Yeah, it's just,
It's for an attorney that's only here for a couple hours every other Wednesday or something,
I just wanted to make.
That's what
sure.
we're talking, that's literally what we're talking about with that room.
I've never heard from that office, I've only heard from this office. I didn't know if anybody else has heard from her at all.
I know that when we were all down here during the committee meeting.
Right,
So,
I was on that committee. so
and she's been pretty good with,
Whatever,
yeah,
right now she has pretty much that identical size. And a side office.
Yeah.
So it'd be close to the same she has right now.
yeah, she'd have an office and then she'd have a room for. This is then you still have a waiting area, so to speak, off the front and a. Yeah.
How many people are in there? Well, one office, two office.
Yeah. Maybe receptionist, that's how she has it right now.
But then on top of the front there, to put a security. But
They can.
I think what their actual pay is, it's their second person. Legal secretary or something.
She used to have it full time, she dropped it down, so they have a part time. But she's carving out more, so I could imagine the next public defender is gonna want that full time person back.
Right.
Keep that in mind, because she's not. I can say the contract says two, but it's, the board approved a part time on top of her and the full time
Yeah,
legal.
well, she's allowed to, I mean, it's all,
So she may come back and all the net funds if I need my full time person. And I'll get rid of my part timer, or maybe they say, no, I need to keep my part time, I don't know.
Could still do that,
I look at
in
that,
this space.
it's under her budget from the state, it doesn't cost us. Really anything. I've always looked at it, I'd rather her have more Alger County people than.
Than rosters.
Cause all the ones that she farms out, is mostly Marquette attorneys. So the more that she can take, if she needs another full-time person, so she could take more. That's more Alger County. Money staying in Alger. But
So like
Hopefully
the
we can.
victim meeting conference room.
That'd be a lot of money.
10, 12 feet in the drive. This one's 7.
how often do you use? You have, would you use the victims? Conference room?
Well, I mean, more, it's one of those more if we had one. The idea being that you. Probably on average once a week, we'd have people in there, and then on trial weeks, it'd be, you know, every single day. Where the room is filled. So for example, when we had the Sadowski murder trial here, we co-opted several rooms in the building. We staged part of the family in the room at the end of this hall, which is not ideal. And we had part of the people in our offices, on our intern office. But the idea is that we were running up and down to get to place, and we're gonna have to do that now, granted, because we're gonna be on a different floor. We were going down here to tell the family, okay, this is what's gonna happen next, or meet with people. The trickier part comes when you have multi-victim crimes. Some of these victims are not compatible with each other. And then that's when it gets real dicey. But I would like to see this space become a space that's comfortable. You know, like take our lobby padded chairs and put them in there, maybe a sofa or something. So that way people are comfortable in there. We can explain them. The hardest day of my job is telling somebody I'm not going to prosecute. That needs to be done in that room. That's my vision. Where you're telling somebody who's a victim that, hey, we're not going to proceed. That's the hardest day for them, and it's the hardest day for me. So I'd like that. That's what I want that space to be.
If you're better, like Bruce saying, if we take this, take that, push it over a foot, make that 8 feet, 7, with a notch right here.
I mean, 7 foot's fine too, but. I mean, you can still get a flag set at 4 foot. Just as long as it doesn't end up 7 foot minus 6 and 2 6-inch walls, you know, you got
Right.
6 foot in there, now you're really gonna get
Yes,
4 foot
they
desk.
need
you
to
only
be
got
7
2
feet
foot.
in the, yes,
Right,
agreed. Not 7 feet, and then put 2 walls in and.
right. I mean, that can be skewed both ways. It can be,
Right.
yeah, from the outside of the
I
wall.
would skew it
7
in this
foot
favor,
inside.
inside measurement on that, yeah.
Then
Yeah, we do it.
art piece on that?
Yeah.
You're gonna help me draw that up?
Yeah. I got a lot of scribbles on this one too.
Right, so, yeah, I just, here. Alright, don't do it, no.
7 foot inside of there, that wall.
To make sure they have full.
Get rid of that door, get rid of that door, put one door right here, so the people that come in, you let them in through the securities part and escort them right into there. So that's down, get rid of the 2 doors, we put 1.
So
That inside's done.
it's like,
Over here, get rid of this door.
that's
Nuance,
One door to run.
that, there, yeah.
Take
That wall, I don't know, Brian, we're gonna have to make a decision on that, if that's the bearing wall or is there any wiring in there? I don't know.
Figure out here.
You know, if there's wiring in there that has to be rebuilt, that's another big expense. And probably that's even a huger expense.
It was just a wall that got put up to section off the office.
Right, that's one thing, but I don't know why, you know, that's. That room is almost the same size as that victim's room. I know this is probably not to
15
scale,
by,
I don't know.
certainly not to scale.
Huh?
It's not to scale.
No, it's hard when it's not to
Yeah,
scale.
I
I'm just
don't
looking
know
at
how
it.
to. We used paint.
I think if you just decide on what the walls and doors that you need, where they are.
Yeah.
After this meeting, we'll draw it out, make that one scenario. So that it's good.
Yeah.
You know for sure.
Yeah, after the meeting, we can go and look at it.
Yeah.
Well,
Just mark down.
Yeah,
where
can we
the
get
walls
into
are.
that?
You know, or you don't really need to, just print it blank.
so,
actual
so that he
form.
can actually,
Oh,
We'll
okay.
just print the ventilation schematics and do it on that one, so it is to scale.
Yeah, cause that's something too we gotta look at is fire and ventilation. Has to be in each room. Like right now, if that fire pillar is like right here. For this, you can't shut that off.
And you have fire doors too, you know, certain ones have to be.
Right, you have to have sprinklers in every room.
but if this pillar, I think, not that little wonky pillar that's really just there to hold.
Yes, in the
Front
front
to
of
the outside of the wall.
the pillar
That's the
is,
bearing.
if you take the pillar, you can move it with your hands. It's
Yeah.
just to house the
Just a little.
thermostat
Yes.
coming up or coming down.
Okay, but even like the conference room, we can't just shut that
Not
off.
have sprinkler
There's
heads.
no sprinkler or ventilation in there.
It should hit ahead if it's done anything. Like
'Cause
that.
if
It
it-
should have some row of heads like right about here.
Well, that's what it is.
Should, until you look, but yeah, there you go. Yeah, we can't not have,
That's.
it's gotta be the code.
And same with this room. You're not gonna be able to have a room, if you're gonna have a door on there, you can't have a locked room without a sprinkler head and ventilation. So I don't know if that was even looked at when this was drawn out.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
No,
So, yeah, we need to make sure that everything will be the code.
right,
yeah,
so I think we should look at that before we actually take it the next step to,
What are you coming tomorrow? Do you wanna cancel him and say we gotta reschedule?
I would, I mean. I just see problems with that.
Or we walk through it with it, or you walk through with it. and
I don't
If
have,
it's not there, then we're gonna have to,
that's just my concerns. Or you leave it up to him.
Are you guys here tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, I
What
think
time, 10 o'clock?
it's coming at 10, yeah.
So I can,
If you can be a part of the walkthrough and you can see what, if that idea is even feasible because of code.
and it will
issues,
work.
It will. If you give me the map.
I can
that-
go in there with a tape measure real quick, just boom, 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 okay, I think it's okay,
They're
but,
gonna have heat, ventilation and fire suppression.
right. Yeah, ventilation, heat's gonna go, but the ventilation's the bigger part.
they have baseboards in that office.
That's just the heat.
That's
part.
just
the
the
ventilation.
heat.
What we got.
Okay. The nice part about the way that it's laid out, at least down by where it says Rob in the prosecutor's office, is
It's a
that
drop ceiling,
the
too.
prosecutor has a window in their office, and then the office has a window.
So here's another thing, and see how you
It's
said that,
the two
that
windows.
thermostat where it's at there, it's in the middle of that room.
Yeah,
Now you block off that room of yours.
Mhm.
You might be 110 out there in there, and it's gonna really only be,
I want the reverse,
53.
make it be the reverse,
well, that's
Right.
simple, but
I know,
that's how this was designed,
right,
that heating system. So,
Well, there's no way to slice and dice it. This is not designed to be a prosecutor's office.
right,
It's not designed to house a constitutional
Office.
officer of our county
right.
either. So,
None of this building, I don't believe
no,
was.
no.
Yeah, there used to be a wall over there.
What we have now, meets our needs, but we're trying to make it the best that it can be for the citizens that we represent.
But I think we have to, and put these, well,
Sure.
well, that sounds right, Joe and Carl.
North, yeah.
Yeah.
So who's coming to do their,
Here.
he knows what the code is, and
Yeah,
they'll look at it and he'll be like, yeah, no, you can't do that. because- And that's, the easiest solution is find out what he wants.
Talking about, you can mark it on that.
I will.
I think there's,
yeah,
have that separated.
So you tell us if it's gonna work or not, so.
but I'm saying by putting this, with that thermostat in the middle of that room, that's there for a reason. That was all heated, I bet you all that, is a baseboard up there?
Yeah.
You're gonna have baseboard coming all the way across right here right now. And probably this exterior wall also.
Yeah.
That's where your baseboard's gonna be,
That's where it keeps going.
And
so,
I wanna say that in versus thermostat, there's water. Right? So
Yeah,
that's
that's
why,
probably why that's there.
right,
so it's not load, I don't believe it's load bearing.
But it's not easily moved.
but it's not moving it, right, but still, that's, I'm just worried about the heat. That's where it's fenced in the middle of the rooms. No, you put that wall right there and you still have all these registers that shut off. This side's gonna get cold.
One side's gonna be hot, one's gonna be cold.
Rob's it'll work out to your favor. It's gonna be cold in there in the winter, in the summer, it's gonna be hot.
I'm not gonna be here forever.
I'm just,
That'll be
Right.
cause that's just how it works. Oh, we can draw it out after this and
I think I know that baseboard does wrap around. like
it does
that.
wrap all the
Oh,
way.
shaped on the exterior.
Yeah,
wall.
it's behind her desk right now.
Yeah,
So, yeah, that's obviously something we did not even think about. I did have the thought like, oh, there'll be baseboards in each room, but there's gonna be a lot in one room. And not a lot as much in the others.
but you gotta remember, see, they're all tied to that one thermostat that's outside of that.
Yeah, well, that's how it is now in our office. Our
There
whole
might not be, because that in there, because that interior, all there is gonna be ventilation there. Might not.
That was our next proposal is to move over to you guys.
I think we can still put it on our.
Yeah, let him look at it, he'll tell us.
Either.
And you
Not
come,
proposed, he'll tell us, no, you
well,
can't do that.
he's gonna say, well, to do that, we're gonna have to change this, and this. But, another fire suppression in this room and all that, and the price is gonna go over.
You know what's going on.
Yeah,
Afterwards. Just don't wanna block it, I wanna make sure you know.
right.
exactly
What we're asking for,
what-
And it might come to where they all come in with these bids. And to code, they'll have all that in there and we say, okay, this is not feasible. And we see exactly how we're gonna have to change it to make it feasible.
right. We have to come to plan C.
Right. I don't wanna, but on the same side, I don't wanna waste contractors' time. When
No.
I can go there and look and say, this is impossible. So what do you wanna do?
I mean, we already got, we
can't
got
go
him
in
coming.
there. We can't go in there tonight, right? So, I mean, I can be there in
There's nothing.
There's not.
I mean, cause you can look at the rest of it too.
yeah, I can be here at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning and look too, real quick. It's only gonna take a
Cause he's
second.
gonna come do the rest of it, he's gonna come do, yes, I did on the rest of it.
Stick around for the walk. No.
I got my granddaughter over here 3 times. Tuesday, I got my granddaughter.
First time.
No,
That's the first time little kids been going around down here.
sure. No. He's at that age, he's clingy to me now, so,
Take your way to get it.
yeah. So we did discuss that.
So yeah, if it's possible, get a number, because we can't decide to go the number. Right. Yes, or no?
So we don't have anything on that right now. We have to put it out for RFPs. We have to,
Well, that's what tomorrow is gonna be, what we're after, so, yeah.
so you gotta jump on it.
Don't look at on the other one, right, so might as well have a look at it while I hear.
Yeah.
So is the board willing to request an RFP on that?
That's what we're looking at doing.
Thank
And
you.
then All, in the motion.
Yep, I would move that we go ahead and ask for the RFP. Contract tomorrow, as discussed,
He was,
and that will be the corrected drawing after the meeting.
Yeah, I'll second that. Any discussion on it? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, no, well, scheduled hearing for the CDBG grant, March 9th, 2026. The notice in the beacon, anything on that?
We have everything ready for the public hearing.
All in favor? Aye. Yeah, any unfinished business still? Resolutions? None. Committee reports, I didn't have any last week,
The one I was supposed to have, they canceled, so.
yeah, nothing. Any correspondence? None. Board comments, just wanna, I wonder if we can have something for Kelly
On the ninth.
on the ninth, or,
indoor thing, yeah.
yep. Thank her for her service. What I got?
I'm just gonna ask for Jews to go.
Oh, and that's, in between that, we're gonna have to all go to the QPAD. Have to get a list of her things, so maybe we can, I'll send it out if anybody else wants it.
Blue pad, land bank.
Yeah. Fill in while we intern. You wanna send those out, Bill, to the rest of us and we can.
Just hers,
Huh?
just hers.
Just hers, yeah.
Who ended up, who's chairing the land bank right now, Pam? Or no,
Treasurer's always a
yeah,
chair.
chair, land bank, Brownfield,
Brownfield, we don't have a chair.
okay.
I think we're missing several members on that one.
That was just, it was when I took over the last time for her,
Yeah,
I couldn't,
you ended up,
because she was the chair,
Yeah.
and so I couldn't really do anything until.
if you want to just
They appointed
email
the
that to
chair.
us, and then we'll chime up if anybody's interested in any of them. Just
I
take-
don't know if they actually ever took me back off there, so
Right.
I may still be a legit voting member if they take that.
Bob, you got any comments?
To me out there.
Once we did the committee.
Joel, you got any comments?
No.
Pam, Sheriff Department, prosecutors?
Thank you for listening today, appreciate it. We're excited for, we're genuinely excited for the move, we just wanna make sure we land in a place that's going.
Public comments? Quiet there, I make motion to adjourn.
For sure, that's all eyes on that one.
Assume all yes?
Yes, sir.